I'm Tom Reaoch, promoting successful business experts, connecting people throughout the world from my podcast studio in Brazil. Joining us today from Los Angeles, Adam Torres, co-founder of Mission Matters Media, a media, branding, and book publishing agency dedicated to amplifying voices of experts. So Adam, why is building a community around a brand so important?
Hey, Tom, first, thanks so much for having me on the show. And when I think about building a community around a brand, Mission Matters as a whole, we started as a community. The concept was simple. We helped multiple individuals to be published in an anthology series. We used to meet at the Beverly Hills Hotel in Beverly Hills, California, right off of Rodeo Drive. And we'd meet there one Thursday per month. And it was just kind of some buddies, think about it, just networking and just kind of talking. And at some point, that concept of doing a book together and then promoting it together, that was developed. And that's really where the whole community was built out of. And since then, we've published over 400 authors. A podcast was launched out of those same initial meetings that we were just really hanging around with different referral partners and people that we wanted to build with. And since then, I've done over 6,000 interviews. And this year, I'll do between 1,500 and 2,000 interviews, Tom. So the community is building. We reach a little over 1 million a month. And I'll tell you, it all started from community. We didn't start with how are we going to make money with this, because I was in finance. I didn't have, this wasn't even supposed to be
You were worried about everybody else's money, right?
Well, it was another business. I was doing something different. This was literally out of community. And so when others are launching businesses or when they're creating something else, when I think about what can't be replaced, we'll talk AI, we got technology, we have automations, we have lots of things that can make products maybe faster, sometimes better, sometimes cheaper. But the community component, that you can't outsource community. Humans want connection. Humans want to be together. They want to connect. And that's where I think anybody that's launching a brand and or a business should be thinking about community and how the community fits into that.
To that point, what you're saying, it's not simply because it's not simple, but many expert enterprises just start from a cup of coffee and people sitting around a table. Yeah. That's where the ideas start flowing. And one of the things I've always found in my life is that, to share ideas with people, real people, today you can share it with anything, but that really inspires everybody to do something. And the community is a real community, because you're talking about Los Angeles or Beverly Hills, but any corner, any place, anywhere, the community, it's the people, it's the neighborhood, it's whatever, it's the corner store, it's the grocery. And those are all things. It was the school, it's the church. Things start there. And they expand. So that, keeping your hands around it, and I think your expansion, your what you say on your podcast, on your LinkedIn, you want to help 1 billion people. There's 8 billion people out there. So to reach them really is what you're doing. You have to keep reaching and keep attracting. So I want to commend you on what you're doing. And the amplification of voices today has become more relevant. You are a speaker. Everything you said, you're also a global speaker, right?
Yeah, of course. So my first, I remember getting booked for my first big gig when I was sent to China on a speaking tour, and I did multiple cities there, and that was all based off of the books. So for anybody that one of the things I like to do when I come on podcasts is I like to encourage others. Community is a big component, but you got to get out there and tell your story. How are you going to attract the right community members if you don't share your story? A book and creating a book is a great way, or a podcast, or Instagram, or a TikTok, whatever you want to do and however you want to create content. Like, you got to tell your story one way or another if you want to attract the right community members. And
to the point of story and storytelling, people like to hear. That's one of the things that, and anywhere, sitting around the table drinking your coffee, you're talking, listening, and hearing. You're not necessarily reading. I don't want to take anything away from a book. I've written a book, and the same thing, what I found, and I say, my book has always been my best business card.
Yep.
And I never hoped that people would read it. Actually, they want to know if you have a book. And then they want to hire you to talk about the book.
There you go.
And that, like your trip to China, that's it. They want to hire you to go and travel and talk about your book. And that's you as an author, me as an author, that's anybody. But you like to hear let's say the more personal, intimate in the sense of, they want a story is really how you feel. They want to see if you're smiling, if you're happy, if you're nervous, if you're not, and just want to see the authenticity.
Oh yeah.
Authenticity just comes through seeing somebody or hearing and watching. So anyway, so the best way for our listeners to find you, how many are there of them?
So online, pretty simple. So missionmatters.com is a big one. That's our company page. That's where they could see all the different podcast content. On any social media, I'm Ask Adam Torres. So real simple, whether it's TikTok, whether it's Instagram, doesn't matter where you go, Ask Adam Torres. And if somebody's out there working on a show, a book, a project, send me a DM. Love to hear what you're working on. I take pitches all the time. So Ask Adam Torres on Instagram or anywhere else, TikTok. And then finally, Ask Adam Torres, of course, the website. So you can find me across all of those channels.
I'm looking again at your LinkedIn profile. I see there very up front is learn more about our community. Clicking on that, you get a whole page of more links. Now, but to the point of persons, professionals wanting to be a guest on one of your podcasts, that's right up front. So it's all pretty dynamic and pretty easy.
Hey, that's what we try to make it easy for people, Tom. Come on, for people to find you, for people to work with, you got to make it easy.
Got to make it easy. And keep it going. So that's the thing. Very good. Well, thank you for being here today and sharing our time.
Thank you, Tom. Appreciate you.
And again, for everybody, more information about Adam Torres, it's Adam, the last name Torres, Torres. Find him on LinkedIn. And as he said, www.askadamtorres.com, askadamtorres.com. Cafe Networking is sponsored by Focus MI Market Intelligence, an agricultural market research specialist in Brazil. More information at their site, focusmi.com. Talk to Tom, talk to the world. Thanks for listening. Till the next time here at Cafe and Networking Podcast.